Hello everybody and welcome to Massive Unboxing number 4. Yes, the 4th Massive Unboxing and probably the first of 2 for this month as the winter holidays are coming up. And well, I'll probably have an unboxing coming up here at the end of the month, so stay tuned for that. But for now we have this Massive Unboxing, so all the models that I collect from now until the next Massive Unboxing will be in the next Massive Unboxing, so don't expect any single unboxing videos until then. But we have 10 models to unbox today, so that'll be super awesome here. We will be also, by the way, I know I said I'd be getting the Caribbean Max 8, and I did not end up getting that one yet, so that one should hopefully be in the next Massive Unboxing, but that will not appear in this one. So we'll begin the unboxing here, and I'm already hearing something rattling around in there, so that's not a good sign, but we'll begin with the American Airlines A320 by Gemini Jets. So this one is a brand new release. By the way, I will be doing this massive unboxing by, most of the time I do them by chronological order from when I got them, but this one I'll be doing it based on the rareness of the model. So this is like the most common one, as this was just released by Gemini, and then we'll move into the more uncommon ones later. Nothing to really go over on the box. It is just a regular Gemini Jet box, so we'll just get into the model immediately. And as we take the cover off, well, there's the model, and I think you can already see what's wrong with this one. Yeah, so not a great start here on this American A320. So a broken model already. Gemini kits. The right horizontal stabilizer just flopped out, whatever. We're just going to do the review without that piece. I can glue it on later. It's not too big of a deal. It is a bit disappointing, but like I said, I can pretty easily just glue it on later. No big deal. So we'll begin up here at the cockpit windows right here. Have the L1 boarding door with the little One World logo up there. Here is the Eagle for American, and the billboard titles going across the fuselage right there. We have the two antennae up here, of course, the standard Gemini Jet size, which are pretty huge. All the antennae are the same size on the Gemini aircraft. We have the overwing exits and exit paths going down the wing right there. And here is the CFM engine, which is it looks like a Neo engine, and I've said that before. I mean, that would be the perfect size for a Neo engine, I'm just saying, as our Neo engine is touching the ground, but moving on. We have the fence tip winglet there. I would like to see Gemini Jets make a new CFM engine and probably make that one the Neo size. We do have a little bit of paint chipping here on the wing, which is very unfortunate. I don't know how that happened, but there is some paint missing there, which is pretty unfortunate right there. Don't know how that would have happened, but I guess, I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but I'd rather there be not paint missing from this. We have the SATCOM dome back here, and the American flag registration number 103 Uniform Sierra. And then the American Airlines tail right there, looking very nice. So a very nice model right here, a very key asset as well. As I've needed an American A320 for a while now. This will be used at a lot of airports, so stay tuned to see this one a lot, because that's probably what is going to happen. I have flown on an American A320 before, so that's kind of cool. Here at the bottom of the aircraft, we just have the Gemini Jet logo, no antennae or anything, and also the landing gear, of course, which roll decently, nothing too great, not like NG landing gear. And the other side of the aircraft is the same thing, just missing horizontal stabilizer. Love to see it. So, unfortunately, you just have the wing damage there and the horizontal stabilizer thing. This one, not a great start here for the massive unboxing, of course, with the Gemini Kits model. But hopefully that will improve. So, yeah, not great so far. So a broken American Airlines A320, and I slammed the camera there with my hand at the conclusion of that shot, so that's just absolutely awesome. The next model, we have the Delta A320-100, as you'd expect from the same release. I don't remember which month that was. I believe it was the November releases for Gemini Jets. So this is where the Caribbean Max 8 was from, and I will be getting that one. Once again, it's the same Gemini Jet box. Nothing too extraordinary. We'll get into the model here. I do have the A320-300, and that one That one, of course, is in the Herpa mold with no rolling landing gear or anything. This one does have the rolling landing gear, so that's pretty nice to see there. But we'll get it focused in on this one right here. This one being intact. And we'll begin our review. We have the cockpit windows up here, the nose gear, which is too high on this one. That is an issue with the new A220 mold by Gemini Jets. The nose gear is definitely too high on the nose there, so that one is a bit unfortunate. It does roll, but it is the incorrect height. We have the L1 boarding door here, the Delta titles up here with the little Delta widget. Here is the engine, of course, with a bunch of little details on it, which is quite nice to see right there. The overwing exit and the exit paths going down the wing, super awesome. And then we have the A220 winglet. We have 3 antennae on the roof here, and then the SATCOM dome, of course. The right here we have the registration number 103 Delta uniform, which is funnily enough the American one is 103 Uniform Sierra, so they're both 103 registrations. I don't know. I wonder if that's a coincidence or not, but it probably is. That's a little bit funny right there, though. And then, of course, we have the tail with the Delta widget, of course, everything on that. So the landing gear, like I said, they do roll decently. This one does roll better than the American. But yeah, nothing too special to go on about these. This is, well, of course we have to talk about the Delta belly, because I love the Delta belly, but there is the beautiful Delta belly right there. So I did get to see one of these up close at my at the OBAP Ace Academy, which is really awesome. Did to go inside one, got to see the cockpit. Definitely check out those videos if you would like to see some of these aircraft close up and literally go on the ramp at MSP. It was quite the experience, and got to see this aircraft up close, so that's super awesome. Of course, this flies to Minneapolis all the time, so pretty much every Delta model is one that I need, so this will make a great spot in the collection right here. Another Delta model here that I can use at MSP and in future airport updates, so that's quite awesome to see right there. Looking very nice, of course. I also have wanted the Delta A220-100 for a while. I've had the A220-300, but I've really always needed the A220-100 more than the 300, because the 300, it really just flies to, like, Houston and Chicago, and that's about it. The A220-100 flies to a lot more places, so I can use this one in many more connotations that I wasn't able to before. So that's really nice to have here, and I'm really excited to use this one in some future MSP airport updates. And we have these next two models are my two wide bodies that I purchased here, beginning with the KLM A330-200. So this is a model by Phoenix. Pretty much I just got this one for St. Martin, but this one also flies to MSP in the summer, the A330. So this is mainly for St. Martin because they get the KLM A330s quite often, but I can also use it for summertime MSP. In the winter, now they've gone to the 789s, so this one wouldn't be realistic in that connotation, but it is still realistic for St. Martin, and it's nice to have a KLM model in 1/400 scale finally. I suppose maybe we should go over the box here, as it is rather unique, because it is Phoenix, and they do special designs on their boxes. We have the little Phoenix logo right there, the aircraft design is also up there, the CGI image of the aircraft. There, and then on the back we have KLM limited edition with a big text on top, and then KLM and the 100th anniversary livery. So now moving on into the review, and sorry about the glare there over the registration. The color is brighter in person. I don't know why it's appearing so dark on camera, but apologies for that. We have the little the nose cone up here, which is not painted as the rest of the livery would suggest, as it's just the plain white nose. By the way, this is in the older livery, as the newer livery has the blue kind of drop down here, and now, of course, as you can see on this one, it clearly does not do that. So that's okay. I mean, I prefer the older livery over than the newer one. I think the new thing that they are doing is a little bit unnecessary. I think this one still looks very nice. We have the cockpit windows up here, SkyTeam logo. We have the L1 door right here, the KLM titles, of course, and Royal Dutch Airlines beneath it with the blue tree line going all the way across. Here's the L2 door. We have an antenna up here, which is a little loose, and then the SATCOM dome here, which does bulge a little bit, so that's nice. These two aren't, but that one is 3D SATCOM dome, so nice to see right there. We have the nose gear down here, which rolls a lot better than the two Geminis that we've reviewed so far. This is the engine right here, which does have more clearance than that on the ground. It's just that the paper is not doing it justice. So it does have clearance when we actually put it on the table, but since I'm doing this on my carpeted floor, which would go away, it has to sit like that. We have the 100 anniversary titles for KLM right there, and then we have here winglet, which I think on the other wing it might have been chopped off a little bit. I don't kind of see that. It should be parallel with the rest of the wing, but I think it got chopped off a little bit, unfortunately. We have a red antenna down there, which is a little bit interesting, but I like the attention to detail with that. Registration, which you can't see because it's the glare. Papa Hotel Alpha Oscar Alpha. And then we have the Netherlands flag and the EU flag. And of course the KLM tail right there, looking very nice. With their very nice logo right there, and I made the brightness darker, my apologies. Looking very nice right there. Trying to zoom out on the dang touchscreen, and it's thinking I want to adjust the brightness level, and it's getting dark here, and I don't know why it likes to do that, but it's been acting up on me recently. There we go. Now it's back to normal. So my apologies about that. But yeah, the gear do roll really well on this one, and so yeah, I bought this model for St. Martin and also for MSP. I used before at the MSP airport updates. I used the 1/500 scale version of this model, so I mean you can have a direct comparison right here. I'll probably do a post about this on the Model Airliner forum, just a kind of a comparison between the scales. You can tell it makes a pretty big difference, the scale here. Let me bring them up. There's the scale difference right there. It actually doesn't look too bad, but you know, this is why I'm trying to gravitate away from using both 1/500 and 400 scale models or Darren models in airport updates, because it just doesn't look very nice with the rest, which are all 1/400 scale. So that's the old 1/500 version, which will now be retired in favor of this one because I do not need it anymore. So I don't know if I mean, if you want the model, then I wouldn't mind selling it to someone if they want a KLM A330. It does not come with the original box, I don't know where that is, but we do have a KLM A330 here in 1/400 scale that I do not need anymore. But if someone needs a KLM A330 and they don't need the box, I can give it to you for like $15 or something. I don't know. I'm guessing I won't be receiving any offers on that, but nice to have a proper new KLM A330-200, even though they don't have the 100 titles on them anymore, I don't believe. It's still nice to just have a KLM model here in 1/400 scale. Will go very well along with my Air France 777-300ER, which is in my display shelf, and of course at the fictional airport, the Cedar Rapids, Eastern Iowa, my fictional Eastern Iowa airport, which I just launched, by the way. So if you haven't seen that one, it might be worth checking out if you're interested. But that is where this will make an appearance. Of course, MSP in the summer, and St. Martin, which I will be beginning at the end of this month or at the beginning of next month, depending on how fast I can do it. But we'll stand by on more information about that. We'll move this one out of the screen, and we'll move on to our next model, which is the Delta A350 in the Delta Spirit livery with flaps down. So yeah, I've been saying that I've been wanting a Delta A350 for a while. I've been wanting to get the NG models version of the Delta A350, but I watched Citrus Aviation's video. I was originally going to get the Aviation 400 version, then I realized that one probably wasn't the best decision, so then I wanted to go for the NG, but this one was just a lot cheaper to get, so I decided to just go for it because it has the flaps down, and the flaps down just looks really cool. So might as well. I don't know where I put my pencil. Oh, I found it. So a very beautiful model here. Of course, with the flaps down as advertised. I don't really know how to get this well here, but you can kind of see it right there. It has the flaps down, looking very nice on this one. A very gorgeous model here by Gemini Jets. I love that they added the new flaps down feature. When it first came about, I was kind of like, who would ever need that? Like, why does this exist? But it honestly does make a pretty sizable difference. This is my second flaps down model. My first one was the Qantas 787, and I think it looks very nice on this one. I wanted to get the Lufthansa 777-200 777F, my Lufthansa Cargo 777F. I want to get that one with flaps down, but they did not have that one DG Pilot, so I just went with the regular wing version. But now we have the flaps down for this one, so I think that's okay. We have the cockpit windows up here, the Delta Spirit titles right down here, a little sticker thanking all of Delta's employees, which they have some great employees over there at Delta. Very great. I had the privilege to meet with some of them at the same OBAP Base Academy as the one that I mentioned before, happened this summer. So some great people over there at Delta, and I always have had a great experience with them. We have the Delta titles up here, the L2 door. Also the SkyTeam logo L1 door. I forgot to mention that. We have the massive A350 engines right here. I mean, that is huge, but it also is probably accurate because the A350, of course, does have gigantic engines. We had a little antenna right there, of course. Here is the winglet with the Delta logo, and this one does appear to... doesn't want to focus. I don't know if it will focus. It focuses for a second, then it goes away. We'll try the Citrus Aviation, patented Citrus Aviation method. There we go. You can kind of see that the winglet does continue on a little bit further past. It probably should right there. I don't know why that is. That's not on the other wing. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but as you can see, it does not go past the regular winglet. Like, I don't know how to say it, but the winglet on the port side wing is not as accurate as the winglet on the starboard side, is what I want to say. So there you go. We have the SATCOM dome up here, American flag and registration November 502 Delta November, and with the tail right here. So yeah, the reason I got this model is that of course Delta, so MSP, and Delta recently resumed the service to Seoul Incheon on the Delta A350. So that's super awesome right there, and this model will be used for that and other Delta international flights because they have a ton on the A330, and I only have one A330, so this one will probably be used for A330 flights when I don't have when my other one is being used for something else. This one can be a backup. So really nice there. So get ready to see this one on a ton of MSP updates on the Seoul service, on probably Amsterdam, Paris, London. If push comes to shove, and I have the other A330 another flight, I can use this one for one of those. And maybe even when Tokyo returns, because Tokyo is returning this spring, and if that returns on the A350, which I'm pretty sure it will, I'll be able to use this one. So quite awesome right there. Another Delta model here, adding 2 in this massive unboxing. So that's super awesome to see. And I have spotted Delta A350s before the Rona, before all the shutdown and whatnot. I was able to spot some Delta A350s, so those videos are not on YouTube or social media at all, so maybe in the future I will share some of those spotting videos, but for for now, those are completely secret to me for what they were, because they were kind of illegal spotting. If you're a local MSP spotter, you might know which area I'm referring to, which spotting area, which it is. Unless you enter Fort Snelling, it is illegal to park there and spot there, but that's a different story. Okay, now moving into the rarer models, which we have the last 6 are, I would define as being in this category. So I will begin with 2 Southwest models here, beginning with the Southwest 737-700 in the New Mexico 1 livery by Dragon Wings. So got this one from Waffle Collectibles. I don't like buying from Waffle Collectibles because of his history and stuff like that. So I know Citrus Aviation has talked about it on his channel, so I'm not really going to get into all the details, but don't like purchasing from Waffle Collectibles for those reasons. But sometimes you got to do it when it's important. Like in this case, it is just a standard Dragon Wings box, which of course Dragon Wings, I guess, is not really standard anymore, as they've not existed for a while. This model, by the way, is from, what is the year? I don't know if it says the year. The Dragon Wings one's there, 2001. So this is the 2001 model right there. So really awesome. New Mexico 1 livery. I don't have that one yet. That one is pretty rare. So super awesome to get New Mexico 1 here. We have the stand right here. The plastic. I can just take this out. So it is a Dragon Wing stand, which is not a standard stand. So this one is only good for Dragon Wings models, which I have a ton of these now because I've been getting more Dragon Wings lately. This one actually doesn't really fit very well in the stand, so I don't know what's up with that. So maybe I won't be able to use the stand whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know why this one isn't fitting. That's a little bit concerning, Dragon Wings. I mean, what are they to care? They don't even exist anymore. So yeah, that's not fitting in there. So I don't know what's up with the stand, but I have other ones that I can use, so I don't really need it anyways. It's basically trash. So we have little instructions on how to remove the landing gear and such. But enough of that boringness. Let's get into the box here. So we have the little landing gears in there. You can put them in if you're retracting the gear. Get a little nose cover off, and then here is the model. So this is an older one, so it does have the desert gold tails, you can already see. So this is my first model with the desert gold tail for Southwest, so that is quite awesome right there. We will begin our review. Up here we have the cockpit windows with a little eyebrow on them as well. We have the New Mexico 1 titles underneath those. And here we have the nose gear, which, of course, comes out, as I've already mentioned. The nose gear and main gear all can retract in air quotes. They don't actually retract, but, you can take them out and put the other ones in to make it look like they're retracted. We have the New Mexico flag right here, or at least the logo that they have on the New Mexico flag. That's actually not what the New Mexico flag looks like, but it's close enough. So this is the actual emblem that they have on it. So, really cool there. So we have the overwing exit right here and exit paths. Just a clearly blank yellow engine right there. Of course, we don't have winglets on this one because those were really common back in 2001. Became more common later on. And of course, the aircraft now has the new winglets and actually has split scimitars. So that one is, this one is really inaccurate. But there has been a New Mexico 1 model made in a long time. I believe the Gemini Jet version was the last one. I believe that one came after this here Dragon Wings version. So I believe this is the first New Mexico 1 model to be made, on a 400 scale at least. We have the very difficult to see registration, which I can only see on camera because the model is actually a lot more vibrant in person, so I can't even really see the registration at all. So keep that in mind for when you get the model. The registration is number 781 Whiskey November right there, as you can see. And we have the desert gold tail, of course. So this one is a very, very nice model right here. Here's the underside. No antennae on this one. This one is, well, like I said, from 2001. And since it is Dragon Wings, that means we have a bunch of plastic parts, including the landing gear and the wings and such. You get wing flex, and that, well, there goes the landing gear. So yeah, these are pretty easy to come out, but you just gotta You just put it back in there and don't put too much pressure on the wing, and it should be fine. So, yeah, the landing here do come out a little bit easy, especially when I don't want them to, but that's not a big deal. This is my first Dragonwing or 737 in general, so that's super awesome to see right there. New Mexico one, just a rare livery in 1/400 scale. I'm looking forward for a newer release, but I mean, I'm okay with this one, even though it is older and has an accurate tail, wings, and everything. So, you know, I'm okay with it. At least having it for now. I think it will look great in airport updates. I'm looking forward to including it in some future airport updates. And now, probably, if I had to guess, the rarer out of the two Southwest models, we have the Herpa 1/400 scale Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. Now, I have not ordered from Herpa in a long time. It's been years since I've ordered, or since I've bought a Herpa model. So yeah, this is an oldie right here, 1/400 scale Herpa model. So yeah, that's pretty awesome right there. NG just released Canyon Blue 700, which I will be getting for sure. Probably if I would have known that would have been released, I wouldn't have gotten this model. But well, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's a little bit late now, so I guess I'll have the no winglet version, the blended winglet version, and the scimitar winglet version of the Canyon Blue 737-700 for Southwest. So awesome. Right here we have the back of the box. This box is a little bit beat up, as you can see. I got this one from Australia, so made the trek across the world, turned right side up. I'm sorry about that joke. I kind of hate the Australia upside down jokes, if I had to be totally honest, but yeah. So we have the back here, of course, Herpa, as they are a German company. They have pretty much mostly German on the box, but there's also English right there. So to my German speakers out there, this one is for you. I'm gonna do my best attempt at German. I did take German for about half a semester, one quarter in middle school. I took German. So here's my best attempt. Die Serie wird laufend durch aktuelle Flugzeugtypen und Flugzeugschaften ergänzt. Bitte informieren Sie sich bei Ihrem Fachhandler. Yeah, that's probably really bad, but you know what? Always learning. German is a language that I'd like to learn at some point, and of course you can see the English translation right there. The series is constantly updated with the latest aircraft models and airlines, so there you go. And they also state the wingspan and length and height, all in meters too, so there you go. Some truly authentic European manufactured model here. This box is also really tiny. This is like smaller than the... I could reach behind me. Maybe I can find a... Here, I mean, this is the smaller Gemini box, and the Herpa box is literally smaller than that. So this is a pretty tiny box right here for this Herpa 1/400 scale South Australian 700. But without further delay, we'll get into the model here in all of its glory. So this one is probably a little bit more rare than the Mexico one livery, if I had to guess, as Waffle does have still quite a few more of the New Mexico ones, I think. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Move all the junk out of the way here, and we'll focus in right here on the 737-700. So very plain model, no antennae or anything once again. We have the R1 door this time, as I'm on the other side, which I normally don't do that, so you know we're just going to switch over. Much better. We have the cockpit windows up here, a little eyebrow, nose gear down there. Don't retract this time. We have the L1 boarding door right there. Nothing here, as the Southwest Canyon Blue livery was known for. Only had the Southwest titles on the tail. We have the overwing exit right there, but no exit paths on the wings, so that's missing from this one. We have the engine right here, and then the little pylons at the end of the wing. I guess they're not called pylons, are they? That's what holds the engines on. I don't really know what they're called. We have the main gear right there with the beautiful red, the red wheels or red hubcaps. Are they still called hubcaps? I don't know. We have the Herpa wings. That was actually back when they were called Herpa wings, and they've emphasized on the wings. Now they're just Herpa. There's the little Herpa on the belly right there. It's like Gemini. You can do better, Herpa. You don't have to put your branding on the belly. Registration on this one, November 794 Sierra Whiskey. The canyon blue tail right there. So yeah, pretty simple model right here, but a very nice one indeed. I will, of course, be getting the new NG version. I'm very excited about that. That should be coming out here just the next few days. So really awesome. That will be in the next massive unboxing, unboxing number 5. So that's super awesome right there. We have our two Southwest 737-700s right here. Both the Canyon Blue livery and New Mexico one, both older models. I should have to check to see what the year is on this Herpa one. I don't know if it says, but we can check that. And I'm not seeing any year on this, so I'm not sure when this was released. It doesn't have any. I'm not seeing any copyright year or anything like that. So yeah, if you all know when this Herpa model was released, I would like to know that one. As it is, if I had to guess, this is an older one. I mean, clearly by the box, that's an older one, but I mean, I'm not sure exactly when this one came out. So if any of you could let me know that, I would be greatly appreciated. But that is pretty much the story on these two beautiful Southwest models here. I'll be making appearances in my airport updates in the future, so definitely looking forward to showing these in some future updates. But two great models, to say the least, right here. Another retro model coming up right here. It is the Gemini Jets 1/400 scale Piedmont 737-200. This was released back in 2000, so another older one here on the Retro Jets line by Gemini Jets right there. So we have the model inside right there, and all the stuff. So I got this model. This is an old box, by the way, as you can clearly see. I got this model for Retro Kalamazoo, as this one did used to fly to Kalamazoo back in the day. So that is super awesome right there. We will get the model here out of the box, out of the plastic cage, and into the wild. All right. So wow, what a retro, what a classic. Look at that. Look at those engines. So we'll get it zoomed in on it here. The review. Cockpit windows, of course, always starting up there. I'm not sure what this says right there, but a little text down there. The L1 door right here, L1 boarding door. We have the very low to the ground nose gear, of course, on all the 737s. We have the Piedmont titles up here. This is my first Piedmont model, by the way. Overwing exit and the exit path going down the wing. And we have the engine right there under the wing, of course. Looking very stretched out, as it did on the 737 200s and 100s. We have the main gear down there, which are also, the engine's barely larger than them. This aircraft was very low to the ground back in the day, of course, to make maintenance and boarding and everything easier for smaller airports, which this was designed to fly to. And back here we have the Piedmont logo on the tail, the registration number 795. Remember, back when the registrations were a lot less complex, clearly. It also doesn't have what the newer 737s have, where the tail goes further, a lot further to the front of the aircraft right there. You have a little beacon on top, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this one is an older model as well. There's not going to be a ton of detail in terms of antennae or anything. We have the Gemini Jets logo in silver down there, which I don't know why they did this in silver. I mean, you can't even see the Jets. You can barely see the Jets right there because the bottom is already pretty silver and gray with the wings, which it is in the cradle mold, which you'd have to expect for these older models. But a very nice Gemini Jet model here. And also, let's give a quick round of applause to my mother for purchasing this one. This one was quite expensive. This was, I mean, it is a rare model. Don't get me wrong, it's a very rare model. This was like $75 or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. Scale model supply store. Why did you make me pay so much? Or not me. My mother pays so much. R.I.P. to my mom's wallet. But I guess, I mean, it was a worthy cause, I suppose. Maybe not to everyone it would be. Maybe not to her it is, but it is a very beautiful model right here. It'll be awesome for retro Kalamazoo updates. Awesome display piece as well. I mean, this is going to sit so nice on the shelf. Gorgeous livery here for Piedmont. I love the old Piedmont livery, and of course the little cheat line going across there in blue. I like the attention to detail with the doors, or the line is there white there on the side instead of blue, which is pretty awesome right there. You also have the luggage doors on this side. So really awesome model here by Gemini Jets. Classic, very retro here. Very rare one as well as the next 3 of them are going to be here. So stay tuned for those coming up in just a moment. So I've been an absolute mess in here with all these model unboxings. Always happens. But our next model here, one that I'm very excited about, is the Porter Q400 in the Canada 2017 livery or whatever that is. We'll get back on that later, but it is the Porter Q400. I'm wanting a Porter model for such a long time. This was released back in 2018, and it pretty quickly sold out. A very rare model nowadays, so I'm super happy to have this one. There's a quick review of the box. You can also see the flap in there. I guess I forgot to show that on some of the other ones, but there you go. Another Dash 8 Q400 is my only other one was the Horizon Q400, which I have talked about, and they're going to be retiring that one. So Porter's probably my last chance to fly on a Q400 if I get that chance to fly on them. So I hope to fly on Porter sometime soon. So I can fly on a Q400 here. So this model was released, of course, in 2018, as you can see there by the little 20th anniversary logo up there for Gemini Jets. We'll get it out of the plastic cradle here. And there we go. So Porter Dash 8 Q400 right here. Wow. So a big addition to the Canadian collection, as I am working on growing a bit of a Canadian collection, maybe doing a Canadian airport at some point in the future. This one, of course, will help with that, as there are a lot of Dash 8 Q400s in Canada, and this is my first one. I don't have one for Air Canada or WestJet yet, which I will have to probably get one of those if I want to do a Canadian airport. But a very cool model right here. We have the cockpit windows. They're very low to the ground, nose gear right here. If you saw the 737 was low, well, this one has news for you. We have the cockpit windows right there, little Porter logo right there. Here is the L1 boarding door, which of course does have the stairs so you can walk up into the aircraft and such. We have the Porter titles underneath the windows. We have the little engine there with www.flyporter.com, and then the landing gear. The props do spin, so that's a nice feature. Moving further back here, not much with the livery going on here. Of course, this one is in a special livery for Canada's 150th. As you can see right there, celebrating Canada's 150th. That is Porter's mascot, a little raccoon there. So 2017 of Ottawa. I don't know. Ottawa, of course, is the capital of Canada, so that's why that's there. But I did not know that 2017 was the 150th birthday for Canada. So a nice little raccoon there. The porter going across the tail. This livery, of course, does not exist anymore. Wouldn't expect that it does. I believe if I remember correctly, it only existed for a short amount of time. By the time that Gemini Jets made the model, the livery wasn't even in circulation anymore, so it had been painted back into the normal porter livery, which I prefer over this one. I prefer the other regular porter livery. But whatever. It's a porter model. Porter is, this is super rare, so I'm okay with getting a special livery if it means I can get a porter model. So this is super awesome right here. So glad to have this. So glad that I found this one. This was an eBay bid, so quite a rare model here. So super awesome right there. Absolutely love this model. So don't really have too many plans for this one, except I'll probably use it at the Eastern Iowa fictional airport that I just made up. So get ready to see this one there, probably maybe at a future Canadian airport, and of course in my collection video, which I will do at some point. Alright, 2 more models to go in this massive unboxing, 2 that I'm very excited about, as all of them I am, of course, excited about. But the next one is the JetBlue A320 by Gemini Jets in the Blue Yorker. This is the Mosaic tail. As you can see, the aircraft name is Blue Yorker. So this is a Gemini 2005 release. You can see on the back here, 2005. It does have a special box for JetBlue. I love the Mosaic livery, the Mosaic tail in the box right here. Looks very nice. I also kind of like how it has the little arrow there. I think that is kind of a cool design that Gemini employed on these JetBlue boxes, which are custom for JetBlue. So it says that this is the 7th in the series, so I assume that there were at least 7 of these JetBlue models. I mean, for all the different tails, I guess, there would be the plaid tail. I don't know if that's now it's called the tartan tail. But this is the older JetBlue liveries, of course. The Bubbles livery, Dots livery, Harlequin livery, yeah, among others. There's Stripes livery, of course, is probably in there. So yeah, there are definitely a good amount of liveries in there. So this is the 7th in that series. A very cool box. I really like the box. But we'll get it out here. By the way, this is probably my favorite of the JetBlue tails, I had to say, of their old livery at least. The Mosaic livery was so awesome. I have 2 Darren versions of this, so it's good to get the Gemini Jet version. And in a regular livery JetBlue, even though it is the old livery, it is a regular livery JetBlue model, which I only have the special one, so great to have a rare model here, a regular JetBlue livery. Yeah, regular JetBlue liveries are hard to come by nowadays, so this is really a really awesome find right here. Got the cockpit windows up here, the Blue Yorker name for this aircraft, which I believe that's the same one as it was for the Darren model, so I don't know if that's what all the Mosaic liveries back in the day were called, if they were all just called the same, or if that was just specific to this one and they were all different names. I'm not quite sure on how all the naming system works for JetBlue. This is only my 2nd JetBlue model. We have the JetBlue titles up here above the window, and of course now they have the billboard titles, but I think these look pretty cool as well, with a little silver jet, and then the blue, of course, being in blue. I kind of miss the old JetBlue livery. It kind of just vanished all of a sudden, and I didn't know where it went. And then I kind of missed the old liveries, especially the Mosaic tail. The Mosaic tail was always my favorite. Such a beautiful livery. You have the nose gear down here, the JetBlue.com, www.jetblue.com on the engine. We have the fence tip winglet right there. Of course, the classic JetBlue SATCOM dome, which, that even made an appearance in the Darren model, so it shows you how prevalent it was on the JetBlue aircraft. They were one of the first to do it. Very weird one, older design here on this Gemini model. Yeah, so kind of a primitive design right there. Not well, it's one that they would change an update going into the future, but for 2005, that's really nice. This one doesn't have any antenna or anything, but it does have a SATCOM dome, so really nice to see. We have the American flag right there, registration number 605 Juliet Bravo, and then Airbus A320 beneath the windows right there. Rear door, and then we have the JetBlue logo on the Mosaic tail. So, very awesome right here. Also, we have the Gemini Jet logo on the belly. So yeah, just kind of like an overview of the old JetBlue livery right here. Just nice to go back in time and see it. We gotta focus on the tail some more because it's just so beautiful. I miss this one especially. I mean, the new tails are fine. I like the high-rise livery. The tartan livery is fine. Barcode is fine. Or blueberries is fine. But nothing compares to the old Mosaic tail, in my opinion. So it's sad that that's not anymore in their circulation of liveries, but will definitely be a nice livery to have at whenever I need to use this one. Nice to have two JetBlue models, as it was only a short time ago where I had 0. So now we have 2 to go around, a regular livery and a special livery. Of course, the other one being in the 4-good livery, so hopefully collecting more JetBlue models going into the future, but it's nice to have these 2 A320s right here, 2 solid pieces in the collection. And finally here, we have the model that could be the most rare. I'm not actually quite sure if this one is the most rare out of the bunch, but definitely a very rare model, and one that I'm probably the most excited about in terms of being able to use it the most and just having it in the collection. It is the United Express CRJ550 by Gemini Jets. So this is what I wanted for a very long time, for like almost 3 years now. Here it finally is. Wow. So awesome to have this one in the collection. So this one I actually got on the Model Airliner forum in their sale area. So I bought this one from 1400 Aircraft Models on there. So super awesome guy. So shout out to him. Right here, I want to zoom into the CRJ550, as this one is not in the regular Bombardier font for their CRJs. So I'm assuming that's just United's font that they used for it. It looks like the one on their safety cards, because United is the only livery that the only aircraft that operates the CRJ550s, because they kind of invented it. Just so it's a CRJ700 that carries the capacity of a CRJ200, because they've kind of remodeled the interior of it to make more space, make it more comfortable for the passengers, and improve the passenger experience on a CRJ. So that's what this is mainly used for. But I can also use it for CRJ700s if I like as well, because I mean it is the same body as a CRJ700, so very multifaceted. Use it for a lot of different things here. And here we have the model inside the box. So looking forward to getting this one unboxed here. As we have the back of the aircraft, or the back of the box right here. And here's the price tag. So €33.95. That's not the price that I paid for it, but I'm assuming the guy. They do have the Aviation Megastore retail store there in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. This is where this one came from. This came from the Netherlands. So maybe that one was purchased there. So I can't know for sure though, of course, but perhaps this one was purchased there. So we'll get this one out of the plastic here and into the bright lights for the review. So, wow, what a model right here. Cockpit windows up here. We have the little nose gear down there. You have the Star Alliance logo and the L1 boarding door, of course, with the air stairs built in the door. United Express titles right up here, operated by GoJet. then it has a little stripe that goes across with the new the Evo Blue livery. We have the landing gear here, which the rear gear roll at least, and the nose gear doesn't. But I mean, it kind of just you can scrape it along with the rear gears right there. The winglet back there looks a little bit wonky, but I believe, I'm not sure. I believe this is the older CRJ700 mold. I'm pretty sure it is, because this one doesn't look as nice in terms of the mold as the newer one, like what my Delta CRJ700 and American CRJ700s are. So I believe this is an older mold, but I'm just so glad to have the model in here. This is a very rare model, very hard to find. So this is one of the first Evo Blue models also ever made by Gemini Jets. So quite awesome there. Still hunting for the E175, but that one also a very rare model. The wings aren't too great on it, but you know, that's a different story. We have the overwing exit here and the little exit paths, which doesn't really exit paths, but you get the idea. And of course the wing and the winglet. Registration on this one is November 504 Golf Juliet, of course for GoJet, and the American flag right there. And here we have the engines, of course, and the little luggage door beneath the port side, rather than the starboard side on most other aircraft. And we have the Evo Blue tail. So such a great model here. Actually, I wanted this one so bad, because when I didn't get it, I made a Shapeways custom version of it, as you can see right here, in the old United Evo Blue livery. This one I got, of course, with the Delta CRJ900. These are two Shapeways custom models that I ordered together, and now I have proper models for both of them, so I don't know what to do with this one. What is a CRJ700 that I need? I don't know, because I pretty much have a model for all of them now, so I might change it back to, it originally was in the Continental Globe livery, actually, this model here. Then I painted it into the Evo Blue livery, but it wouldn't be too difficult to switch it back once again to the Continental Globe livery, so I might as well do that one. But I don't know. Give me suggestions. What CRJ700s do I need? Because I don't really know. In terms of European airlines, there's not really any that I can think of that I would need to make into a CRJ700. Or Canada doesn't have any CRJ700s. I don't know. Horizon doesn't have any more, but maybe I can make it into one of the old Horizon CRJ700s. I don't need another Delta connection CRJ700, so that's not going to be turned into a Delta CRJ700, but a lot of options I could do with that. But, you know, we might as well, because I don't need it anymore, just chuck it off the screen. Awesome. So, that one is now dead. This one will be used instead, and perfect. So, yeah, just awesome model right here by Gemini Jets. Now, I have a CRJ550/700, CRJ700 mold for United Express, Delta Connection, and American Eagle. So all three major U.S. carriers here. As I am slowly losing my voice here, so we're going to go to the conclusion here pretty fast. As, man, the best unboxing are always a struggle, because my voice always just gets absolutely shot by the end of it, so apologies about my disastrous voice right now. But wow, this model is incredible. So happy to finally have a CRJ700/550 for United Express. So for the concluding shot, we have all the models right here, all together, that were in this massive unboxing. So we'll just do a quick recap through all of them right here. We have the United Express CRJ550, Southwest 737-700 by Herpa, Gemini Jets Porter Q400, Delta A220 by Gemini Jets, Dragonwing Southwest 737-700 in the New Mexico 1 livery, Gemini Jets American A320, Gemini Jets Piedmont 737-200, KLM A330-200 by Phoenix, Gemini Jets JetBlue A320 in the what was it called again? This is the prism tail, sorry. And doesn't fit, but we have the Delta A350 as well right here. Flaps down on the Spirit, the Delta Spirit livery. So yeah, that is all of them right here. 10 models in this massive unboxing. Expect a big massive unboxing here at the end of the month, as I said in the opening shots here. Thank you to all those who checked out this video in the premiere and after the fact. So glad that you could all enjoy this with me. At least I hope you enjoyed it. Longer videos, of course. All these massive unboxings are. They will be longer videos. So I hope you're able to make it through this one. As probably did turn out to be at least half an hour long, if I had to guess. I guess it's okay if you didn't watch it all in one go, as I definitely would not expect that out of anybody here. But those of you who are hanging out with me in the premiere, awesome hanging out with you, of course. Love doing that, of course. I will be live streaming on the plane on my American Airlines flight to Phoenix this Thursday, probably around 4 o'clock, if I had to guess. I'm not quite sure exactly when I'll be live streaming, but expect around 4 o'clock. Central time, I should say, and then however many hours your time zone differs from that, 4 o'clock Central time, Chicago, that's when I'll be live streaming. And then be, of course, making videos at MSP spotting. I might even do a live stream at MSP. We'll see, depending on how much time I have. I do plan on maybe doing some live streaming there. But yeah, we'll see about that. Of course, I'm not sure on how this is all going to work, but we'll get it all figured out until then. But we have an awesome weekend of travel that I'm looking forward to. Ready for some takeoff, landing footage, trip reports from the flights. I'm flying an American A321 and 737-800. So looking forward to that. And just hanging out in Tucson, flying back on Sun Country. Not looking forward to that as much, I'll be completely honest. But might as well enjoy it. It's flying. I'll be doing trip reports for all 3 flights probably. So get ready for that. And also want to do a trip announcement for later on this month at the end of December. I'll be flying to Tampa, Florida. I'll be flying into St. Petersburg actually on Sun Country. Then I'll be flying out of TPA through Atlanta and then going to MSP on Spirit Airlines. That won't be great, but I guess I get to spend some time in Florida. We'll do some spotting down there in Florida. And whatever we do, if I can make a good video about it, then I will. But that is the plan on that. So stay tuned for all these trip reports and everything. We're going to have a great few months of takeoff and landing footage and trip reports and everything. So it's going to be, we're going to have some great content here in these next 2 months. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Once again, thank you all for checking out this video, this massive unboxing, some great models in here. And I will see you tomorrow. As always, good Nacht, good night, Ata, and Auf Wiedersehen.